Let's just talk about this. So on the surface, Song Machine by the Gorillaz seemed like a good idea, or at least it does, because it's not just necessarily music that came with it. There was this whole podcast and everything. At least that's what I was getting from it. But the music that ended up playing is what ended up on the album here, and this is what we get. What really sold me on their last album over, I think it was Humans, their comeback album, and then we had the Now come out 2 years ago at this point, was that it wasn't bloated and full of features like their past album before that was. And, that one had an identity. Look, Song Machine, there's good songs on here. Strange Times, The Valley of Pagans, The Lost Chord, Aries, Desole, Momentary Bliss, Severed Head. They're all good songs. But again, we're left with a 17-track bloated album. There's a feature on every track, which again was intentional. But they just have a tendency of doing this where they overbloat their albums, rely on way too many features to carry songs, and it's really just starting to get old at this point. I don't necessarily know what else to think. I mean, just look at this. Strange Times features Robert Smith of The Cure. Valley of the Pagans features Beck. Those were very good songs. The Lost Chord features Lee with 3 E's, I should say. Pac-Man features Schoolboy Q, which is okay. Chalk Tablet Towers features St. Vincent. The Pink Phantom features Elton John and Six Lack, which I did not like that song. Six Lack was underwhelming, and Elton John could have definitely done better. We had Aries, which featured Peter Hook and Georgia. Friday the 13th, which featured Octavian, one of the worst features on this thing. Dead Butterflies features Kana and Roxy Arias. Desole features Fatoumata Diawara, sorry if I butchered that, whatever. Momentary Bliss features Slow Tie and Slaves. Opium features Earth Gang. Simplicity features Jonah's Policewoman. Severed Head features Unknown Mortal Orchestra and Gold Link. And With Love to an X features Moonchild Sinelli, which that one was definitely the worst feature on here. MLS features Chai and JPEG Mafia, and How Far features Skepta and Tony Allen. Again, it's 17 tracks full of features, and although there's some great moments on here, it's all over the place. This doesn't have an identity of what it wants to be, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem as clever as their past releases and whatnot. I don't know, just Damon Albarn seems to be just throwing shit out there now, and it's becoming very underwhelming. Not that I was like a big Gorillaz fan beforehand, but I've enjoyed some of the stuff that's come out from them in the past, and with the way their last album went, I had some hope that maybe they would be able to keep it consistent, and now here we are, just kind of throughout this whole album. It was an up and down experience. I'd really love 3 songs in a row, but then the next 4 it would just be like, what the hell happened? This album had such high promise, and now we're bringing it down with these songs, this, that, and the other, and I don't know. It's just like Quarantine got to Damon Albarn. He piled all these songs together. He said, who do I want to collab with? He got them together, and whether it worked or not, he just threw it on here. And don't get me wrong, for what this was, it's got really good production. I think that's something you can always take from a Gorillaz album, is they have really good production, no matter how good or bad you think it is. But, it doesn't help that the songs can be very hit or miss. So again, it was definitely hard for me to pick because, I had remember hearing Momentary Bliss. That was the first thing that came from this, and I loved it. I thought it was the catchiest thing they had written in a while, and, I had hoped that this would lead to an album, and it did. Just maybe not an album like this, but yeah, I think giving this thing a 5 out of 10 is only fair, because that's just what it was to me, 50-50. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great, and it wasn't good enough to really pass it, but smack dab in the middle is just what I'm feeling on this thing. I don't know. That's just me. You guys can tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this album? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What were your favorite tracks, your least favorite tracks from this thing? And yeah, hopefully later I'll be able to review the I Don't Know How But They Found Me album. Once I hear that and listen to it, I will review it, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, next week I will review the new Bring Me the Horizon EP, Post-Human Survival Horror. And if I already said this in a video, my graphic novel is set to come, or at least ship out, at the latest this Monday, and it's on 2 to 3 day shipping, which means either if it ships out Monday, either by Wednesday or Thursday of next week, I will get it, which means we'll probably do the review on Friday as well, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, that does it for me. Stay safe out there, and until then, I will catch you all in the next one.